Okay, sorry, I cut out between the video. I did not mean to do that. Here's a two-parter. I'm sorry. A great deal of that is going to be the Punisher. I did not mean to go and do that. That's my bad. To continue talking, though, and hopefully this will be overarchingly the end goal with this. And if somehow one of those is not saved, I'm going to go ahead and still continue talking. It's just that this will be the end slate with it. So, back on what I was talking about, the character has a great deal of interesting stuff about him and should not have the need and everything to be put on him in this type of way just to make him different. Again, I have no problem with him being gay. There's no problem with him being gay. He's the only other character besides Tracer to be gay. Two characters out of almost 35 at this point, it seems like. So I don't care. I just feel like if you really want to spice his character up and make him hold more than just being a soldier, a scarred man that has changed moral code to be as relentless, strict, brutal, and violent as the streets. So he go ahead and purge out the streets, even being arguably immoral himself, is a cool enough set of concept. Him being gay does not bring anything else on, and simply just because a character is a different race, different sexuality, or different ethnicity of a different say culture or a different place of being does not make them interesting. It's about how you incorporate that into something different. He's basically like Punisher, but has a different value and purpose and a different type of being before it. He was a gooder man and a Psalm soldier. He would just detract from that, but not dissing himself from being good. He would just place himself in the same line of bad, but he wouldn't full go to the dark side, but stay vigilant on that shit like the Punisher. That's enough. All I'm saying is just him being gay didn't make nothing different. I don't got a problem with it, but everybody who says it's considerably just tokenizing him, they are true about that because you made him gay for no reason. There is no reason for him to be gay. There ain't nothing that said he was gay. And for the record, for the storyline that did showcase this, especially in the same manner for the comic, and specifically when he met Anna, they talked because both of them played it out to be dead from all the people that did not know it in full. But someone like Jack Morrison did know, I think, from the because it's been a minute, that Anna was still alive. But what Anna did not know about Jack Morrison in comparison was that he had a boyfriend and possible fiance all the way back in the past. There's a picture of him when he was blonde and having this white kind of scruffled hair where he was in a relationship with a guy, and that dude presumably thinks that he's dead. He is no longer alive to the known people, and the rest of the world thinks that Jack Morrison died all the way in the past. Both of them are presumed dead, but both vigilantes are one being a hidden snipers vigilante in Egypt, and another person multi-killing and taking out different people across the world, hypothetically. But besides the storyline, what he's going about in full, the character is very interesting, in depth, a cool character in Overwatch. He's pretty much just a Call of Duty character in this very diverse shooting game. And with that being said, his full conclusion to say man for Overwatch storyline is possibly to regroup Overwatch, take control, maybe pull some Batman shit and same man for contingency plans, and Overwatch can hold a big place of on the set of motto, purpose, and ideals for Overwatch's overarching bigger case of story because overarchingly Overwatch is not really running high millions in the same man for the story. But besides that, though, feats and other stuff, is very vigilant, great practitioner, has great ADO experience, fought in multiple wars and frontiers against the Omnics in World War III, fought no sector, fought their greatest and most powerful Omnics, fought between the destruction of cities. One was said in the form of Chicago. That voice cracked up. Damn. I'm playing. No in a row. My voice sounds very fucking weird. The puberty be really kicking on nigga. God damn. The other side though, on the rim, as well as another fight that he had in the form of the big Overwatch outbreaking uprising in the form of King's Row. I think he participated in, not in full, he participated in talking, but I think there's another say account where he had to come in between that. But Jack Morrison also fought Reaper in the past and in the stalemate. He did technically fight Reaper, but didn't too good. And if it wasn't for Anna hitting him with her capsule thing that stunned him, as it does decrease your health and opens you up and puts a pressure on you, If it wasn't for her, he considerably would have died. And in the full counteraction, I think Reaper would kill Soldier most of the time. Soldier has a great deal to possibly do something, but it's like a Red Hood fighting Reaper, which I also made a video about that. Shameless plug, you can go peep that. But pretty much, if Soldier doesn't have his technology, has a good enough open range to get around and pass about different openings that Reaper can bring, Reaper probably just slaughter him and kill him because you can't shoot him, and Reaper got better shot than him. And even though Reaper has lost every case of emission and highball different places, Reaper got a lot of versatility just because you cannot hurt something that is transparent in comparison. It's like translucent but not being invincible, having skin that cannot be hurt and be hard as diamonds. This is a state of body just beyond what you could think. But as well as being able to hold his arm, he also has a great deal of gadgets, such technology, like I basically just said. Example, he has rockets, he has aimbot slash his, what was it called? It's his laser sight visor vision. There's a specific name for it. I just had it in my mind. Got a ringtone that bitch back in my mind. But yeah, his hypervision allows him to be able to go full aimbot and multi-shoot people if needed. So in this fight, if you need to go ahead and get better shots out because Punisher is doing some weird shit. And by the way, where this fight would take place, this will be on a random street slash open block of New York. We'll have it just for fun, be like in the Bronx, just for fun, right? If we have him fight there, we can even have him fight in Midtown, which would be ironic and interesting. And he has a gun that is very cool, has laser shots, is very interesting, intricate. He has a healing dot pulse thing that allows him to heal, probably quit out his body, probably give him a pulse synergy. And it's just a great shot in general when it comes down to facing people and all that. So, yeah. That's pretty much Jack Morrison in full. Overall, pretty equal. Never say matter for footage. Can't wait to go in full talk about it. Let's go and talk about the battle itself, though. Before I get into that, hope you guys have been enjoying it. Get some water. Yeah. Now, with this fight being between two great soldiers, if this fight, because there's three type of cases ways this fight will go, either be through full out guns. If it's full out guns, I feel like it will be mixed. I feel like considerably Soldier will overarchingly have the better state of a full range fire power. But if someone like Punisher gets open and he plays it smart, because Punisher in the comics, obviously as a great sharpshooter and military person, is all probably about guns. I feel like the Punisher will be popping off shots and it will really start pressure on Soldier. He'll open him up, he'll get him leaking, and if he full wants to go for the kill, which Punisher most time does because the fucking Punisher, he will just snipe him and it will be GG's. But if it's like a mid-close range fight, that someone like Soldier could possibly open him up too much and obliterate him. If it's in hand-to-hand that comes with a semblance of like guns and shit, then Soldier could easily overpower Punisher. They'll kind of have a struggle because Punisher ain't no bitch. But I feel like Soldier's physique and say man for the Super Soldier Serum be considerably just a upper boost of the type of superhuman that someone like Punisher is. He will probably just punish him, literally pun intended, in full, and Soldier will just push him and beat him. Like he easily just beat him to death if he wanted to, and Soldier wouldn't have to struggle with that. I feel like overarchingly it's going to come into two of their boundaries of being mid-state of range. So I feel like if Punisher is going full in, he'll be able to counter him out. If it comes down to Soldier needing to use his aimbot visor, that will be big tough for Punisher. But I feel like in Midtown, he'll have decent state of cover. If it's in the Bronx, he might get fucked because they considerably only have minimum state of range with a low side park, low side block. Some cars and Soldier could really get up on him and run after him and full auto shoot him, and it would just be arguably Dunzo. The split right in between, and with combination of the rockets, he'll blow up his cover and start rail gunning him, and it would just be Dunzo. And instead of instance, if somehow Punisher thinks he can maybe outshoot him with his minigun, then it would be interesting because both of them are going to be multi-blicking each other. But the thing is, Punisher's going off of Rage Amp going for someone like Soldier won't be doing that and will be full strictly being a tactician and pointing it directly at him for the visor because obviously it's aimbot, so he'll be indirectly shooting every opening that Punisher has. And again, since Soldier has a better type of shooting than Punisher because he has aimbot and his gun is better, it's going to be packing way more damage. And then you say, depending on how high upgraded Punisher's vest is, which his vest can take a lot, he just has a vest and considerably some compartment different armor on it. It depends on what same for the suit, but generally Punisher has a overlaid vest upon his body, semblance of some spandex, or has black pants, combat boots, a belt aligned with a handgun and different entrapments, grenades, all that shit, and a great trench coat, and is sleek faceted with some different knives and garments for like needing to heal himself, or even having like a fucking syringe to do shit to him to boost him up in rage or high caliber thinking, so he'll be straight on, right? But Soldier got every other compartment in the game to go ahead and take him out. He got the gadgets, he got the rocket, he got better set of aim, he has the visor, he has healing compartment. He just got everything more suited for a all-out range fight, especially as a soldier against Punisher. So Punisher will get depleted of everything he has if it's full out range, and Punisher will not have nothing. And we're doing standard equipment. Say this is prep time, I think Punisher will fold this man. He will die because Punisher will pull out all the Gatling guns he needs, will full dominate him with all state compartment of capabilities. And when it comes down to him going prep time, I'm not saying Punisher's prep time is full swayed Batman state of power probability in prep time, but he be packing the straps no dike. I mean, my man went after Rhino and he was pulling out multi-rocket plume guns. He was going after a terrorist in the Middle East and was a designated executioner on that man with the state of how much straight A death he was bringing to his whole SWAT. He was going like how Noir was going in Boys Season 2 against Khabib, but straight A massacre killing. That nigga went full-fledged murder crazy when it came down to save his compartment within power. That man was not playing when it came down to pulling out the guns when it came down to that. So say this is prep time, I think Punisher overall can win. Soldier maybe might pull up a little case of a fight. Again, it won't be Batman state crazy where it might be just straight up deke right then and there and you will be done because it's the essence of how much power he has and the state of his mind and complement of different armor. But Punisher will just have so much ready. He'll be wilding out, railing on him, overlaying him. He'll have all guns ready case, and when it comes down to save a shot, just boom, cut, split right there with the AK or the sniper shit, the crossbow, if you want to compare, and he will be done. He'll just be dead zone. But an even range fight, I would say it's a 50-50 on who comes out on top because simply they have two things that make them better in the state of their arsenal. One has better layout of stuff to kill, but doesn't have the same armor or compartment of stuff. Same time, he has better killer instinct and better mindset for things, and still has better experience in this type of place of combat, right? This is New York. This is pretty much home advantage for Punisher. But then one other person, his place of capability in comparison is pretty much being better equipped and better state of suitedness for it. We have better armor, better weapons, better caliber, and better mindset. And I overarchingly think Soldier will get it done more. So I would say most of the time I see Soldier winning, but maybe Punisher could hold up. I overarchingly think Soldier will win this. It just really depends. I even think, like, say you want to put both of them in a bloodlust state scenario, I just think Soldier will hold up a lot more. But I definitely think if it's like a mid-close range fight and it's overarchingly between whose weaponry will override the other, I think it will be Soldier. Because, I mean, that visor, that's crazy, especially in comparison to someone like Punisher who does not have the equipment ready for this. And one split headshot, realistically, is all someone like Soldier needs. Because, I mean, his head is open too, and we don't know how much armor is considerably on Soldier, but he has a great deal of better armor and compartment of suitness for him. But Punisher is just, again, a sleek trench coat with pants, belt, and the combat boots. He's not full ready equipped. So overall, I can lead get dominated if it's a full-fledged fight. So that's how I see it going. But what I don't really know with all of. Oh, sorry, it's kind of late. By the time I'm recording this, I won't be on it. I feel like I solidified what's compounding all the same effort. So I was trying to go in full say with that being said. But I was going to say, I don't know about full what y'all think yet, but I feel like most of y'all would agree with what I said. But if you guys have a different opinion or want to go ahead and explain why you guys disagree with the case, that's all stuff, go ahead and tell me. I would love to go ahead and know. That's how I feel. If y'all think differently, that's how I feel. But the winner of this is going to be Soldier 76 for me. Let me know what y'all think. I love y'all. I miss you guys in the next one. Peace out, mommy.